Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another video on Happy RC Flyer here on YouTube. Today is Tools and Tips Tuesday, and today we have another tool for you. This is a little compact charger, one of the smallest chargers that I've found, and very affordable. This is by SkyRC. You might have heard of that brand before. They make a variety of different tools and chargers, but this is by SkyRC. It's called the B6 AC Neo charger, and this thing is really nifty. So if you're looking for a little compact charger to keep in your go box or something to take to the airfield, this is pretty nice. It's a AC DC charger, so it means that you can charge it at home off the wall outlet, or you can charge it right from your vehicle. And of course, DC chargers, you can even charge those from other batteries depending on what size battery you're charging. You can charge up another pack, and you'll see, I'll show you here in just a minute. I have a 7,000 milliamp 6S pack that I'll be charging some other batteries on. So very cool, very compact, very nifty. I've been really impressed with it. I try to test things out a little bit. Sometimes I'll give like a unboxing perspective, like a unsponsored perspective or first thoughts on something. But really, before I get too much into it and before I show you guys how much fun it is, I like to actually have fun with it and enjoy it a little bit and see if it holds up and see if it works. And this thing I've been using for, I don't know, 2 or 3 months maybe. And I don't use it every day, but I do use it quite a bit, and I've been pretty impressed with it. And you can see how small it is, very compact. And anyway, if you like these unsponsored, unbiased perspective on things, make sure you subscribe. Most of my viewers are not subscribed, and subscribing helps grow the channel so we can help grow the hobby. So if you like that unsponsored, unbiased, just the hobby perspective, then you'll want to hit the subscribe button. Turn on the bell icon if you want to get notified of future uploads. Drop a comment or a question if you have one. Hit the big like button there, that helps the video, and share it with a friend that you think might enjoy it. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. Again, I've had this for a little while. I'll put a link in the description. I don't get any kickbacks from this. If you see the link down there, that's just so you can help you to find which one I purchased. I believe I purchased this from Amazon, so I'll put a link for that in the video description. It's not an affiliate link, just help you find it, and I've been pretty impressed with it. I keep this in my little drone box, which I'm actually sitting on right now. You've seen the Apache box review and how I have it set up with my little freestyle quad in there. Really like that. We'll be doing another update of some added equipment that I've added to the box, and this is one of the things that I've added to it. So you've probably seen a sneak peek of this charger, maybe in passing, but I want to get into it a little bit and tell you how much fun I've had with it, how nice it is. So it's very compact for what it does, for the capabilities. It's very compact, and I'll maybe show you a little bit closer up some photos of different features that it has. It has a really nice size display, and then of course mine still has the protective lens on it, so it looks like it's got a few scratches, but it's just little lines in the protective film. It has a nice durable display on it. 3 little simple buttons right here, and when I first got it, it took me a little bit to get used to just having 3 buttons to navigate through everything, forward, backward, right, and left, that sort of thing. But you get used to it, and it's all part of it being compact. This is the Neo version. I think SkyRC makes a few different chargers, and I looked at some of their other chargers as well, but what I found really impressive about this is it's the smallest one that I could find that's both an AC and a DC charger. So a lot of hobby grade chargers run on DC, so you'll either maybe have a power supply on your workbench to charge them, or like my local RC club has a power supply station, so you can put your power poles and plug them into 12 volts or 24 volts, and that's pretty nice. And so I can use that with this charger as well. You'll see it has an XT60 at the top for DC input. It says 10 volts to 30 volts for your DC input, which is really nice. It has a USB Type-C here, and that says PD output. So you could charge your phone off of it, Type-C to Type-C. I think it says 65 watts, so I'm pretty sure that's a high-speed charger. And then, of course, this other port on the top is for your AC input. So you have DC input and AC input, and that's the really cool thing that I like about it. So it's very, very tiny in form factor. And it's just been really a really nice all-around charger, something you can take with you and keep in your box and doesn't take up a lot of space. So I've not seen any other chargers At least that I've seen. I'm not saying there's none other out there, but I've not seen any others that have a built-in power supply that's this small. So it's a 200 watt DC and 60 watt AC, and then the PD port, so that's a 65 watt output port. And anyway, I've been really impressed with it. It has a built-in fan even, which is really cool, so it's not going to overheat on you. It can stay nice and cool. We have the input ports on the top, of course, and then I think this Type-C is the output, as I mentioned. But then on this other side is where your charging leads come out. So you have an output, and all the input and output cords, or plugs rather, are the XT60 size. So you'll see here in a minute that I plug, was it IC or EC3? I think it'd be called an EC3 because it's the older blue one, this style plug. And so the newer Spectrum orange ones are going to be called your IC. So EC, IC, the same thing. They'll work if you plug the IC or EC3 into there for input or output. You'll see where I do that. So then there's your balance plug port. So you can charge anything from 2S all the way up to 6S, which I was really impressed that this little charger can balance all the way up to a 6S. So let's see if I'm missing anything else. There's the box, of course, it's pretty cool, and up here it's got some features that I'll read off to you. It says ARM Cortex M4 MCU chip, AC DC dual inputs that I mentioned already, 60 watt charging AC, 200 watt charging DC, USB, 10 amp charge current, so it's a really high amperage for charging your batteries fast if you want. 19 watt discharge. I have not tested the discharge, so maybe we'll test that in a little bit. Digital power supply, lightweight and compact, smart fan control, probably just means it kicks on and off. Intuitive interface, and multi-language, so you can set the language to whatever language best suits you. So comes in this little box. There's maybe some other features on the side. Everything's pretty much the same there, I think, is what I read. It does say that the weight is 150 grams and the size in millimeters is 70.6 by 50.6 by 46 millimeters. So 70 millimeters by 50 millimeters by 46 millimeters. So it's pretty compact. I know when I got it, it looked a little bit smaller on the screen when I purchased it than when it showed up. So it was a little bit bigger in person than what I thought it was when I first ordered it. But I'm still really impressed with it, and being that it's AC and DC, it's really won my heart over on that. So it comes with the regular box, and there are some other attachments and things in here that are not in here now because I took them out, but you can see the charger fits in there, so it's nice packing, and no way that it can really get damaged unless you just totally smash the box in shipping. So it's pretty impressed with that. It does come with this AC cord, so if you want to plug it in your house outlet, you can do that as well. And that's how I use it when I'm at home or at the workbench. I'll just plug it in that port, and that works really nice. I did purchase this separately. It didn't come with this, and I wish that it did come with this cord. You can see that this is a DC car socket, and this has XT60 on it. So I'm sure that you could make one of these if you wanted to, but I just picked this up from Amazon. You can see it's pretty long. I don't know, it's probably 2 or 3 feet long maybe. And I keep this wrapped up and keep it in my Apache case with my Freestyle quad. So if I get somewhere, if I'm traveling for work or whatever, I have an AC outlet, and then now I also have added to it the DC outlet. So that does not come with the charger. I wish it did, but that's something that you can add on later. I've also made some other little jumper cables, and these are just specific to my needs and to what I'm doing. So this is an XT60 to an XT30. So XT60 male to XT30 female, and that's just for charging my little quad batteries. My little sub 250 Freestyle quad runs on a XT30 connector, and it's a 4-cell pack. So that allows me to just plug it in here and plug it right into my charger, and then plug in my balance lead. And so this is a little bit stiff. It could be refined a little bit, but I was in a hurry and getting ready to do some traveling, so I wanted to take that with me and just kind of threw something together. So it's not as flexible as what I'd hoped it would be, but very much functional. And then I have one of these jumper cables, and I made this. This is, I think I made this. Maybe I didn't make this. Maybe I purchased it. I'm not for sure, but it's a EC3 to EC5, EC3 male to EC5 female. And the reason I made that is so on my inputs, that's the output. I'm sorry, I got it upside down. On my input, I can plug this in. It's supposed to be an XT60, but this EC3 fits in there fine. I can plug that in there, and then I can plug in a big 6S pack, and I'll just show you how it'll power up there. Should see it light up. There we are. Gives the disclaimer, and there it is. So that's ready to charge some batteries. So let's show you how it works. Let's go ahead and plug this in. I don't know if you'll be able to see it very well, but I'll plug this in for you, and I'm going to flip this upside down. There we go. And so let's go ahead and kick it on here. Battery type is Lipo. This does charge Lipo, Li-ion, and high voltage Lipo, and life packs. Let's see, nickel metal, and NiCads, and PB. I'm not familiar with what PB is, so maybe somebody that knows what that is, drop that in the comments, or maybe I'll put it on the screen if I look it up later before I post this video. But it also charges PB. I'm not sure what PB is. So PB, NiCad, nickel metal, the Lipo high voltage, the Lifey packs, and Lipos. Let's see, am I reading that right? Oh, Li-ion, and then regular Lipos. So make sure you don't get that mixed up. It is nice because my batteries are high voltage Lipos, which meaning you charge the Lipo cells up to like 4.3. So I think 4.35 or somewhere around in there, 4.3 is where you charge them up to. So you do not want to do that unless it's a high voltage Lipo pack and designated to be a high voltage Lipo pack. So only do that if the pack says on it that it's a high voltage pack. Then you can charge it up, and then also make sure that you're running it in something that accepts or is okay to use a high voltage Lipo pack. So don't plug a regular Lipo. Don't put it on the high voltage power setting. It's a good way to catch it on fire. And then don't take that high voltage pack and plug it into something that the ESC is not set up to be able to run high voltage. So just a disclaimer, but this is a high voltage pack. So we're going to run it down here, and we're going to put it on Lipo high voltage. It's already recognizing that it's a 4S, and the task is a balanced charge, and it's already set up for the voltage. The ending voltage 4.35. The charging amps is going to be 3 amps. We'll just do it on that for now, and then you start it. And there you are, it's kicking it up, and you can see it's starting to charge this little pack. Now this is a 750 milliamp battery. It's a 4S, and of course this is a 7,000 pack, so you can do the math there. I'm sure there's a little bit of loss of drawing through the lines and the various connector adapters that I have here, and then of course the charger itself, the power that it takes. But you can charge the 750 milliamp pack. You could charge a lot of those off the 7,000, and you don't have to take a big 7,000. I have some 5,000s, but I just happened to grab up a 7,000 today, and I wanted to demonstrate how that works. So you charge up a 7,000 before you go somewhere, and if you want to charge on the go in the vehicle, or out on a primitive site like we are here by the edge of the lake to do some flying, and you get a lot of charges out of it, and you can have a lot of fun with it. So anyway, there's that. I do have this connector as well, and I haven't really shown you guys any of these connectors, but we'll just set this over here for now. But this is the braid I purchased off of Amazon, and maybe I'll put a link for that in the video description as well if you want to purchase one. So it has various connectors here on the bottom. I don't know if there's like 12 or 13, and I have a few different braids. So some of the other braids have other packs for charging, like your glow starters, charging those up and stuff. But this one here, I just made sure I grabbed this up because it's got the XT30s, the 60s, and the 90s. It's got the EC2, the EC3, and the EC5, and then of course some other your common NiCad connectors, and I forget what those are called. I don't know if this one has, it's got Deans in there, or there's JST, there's Deans over here. It's got some of your little Molex connectors, I think the 2.0 connectors, and then it even has some leads here. You see these empty leads, and see where the hot wire is for it. but oh, there it is right there. So then it has a couple dead end leads, so you could put your own customized connector on it, whatever you want to do. There's a servo plug connector, which is for charging like the life receiver packs. I think there's one there for like the little UMX batteries, the little 1-cell UMXs, which I don't think you can charge 1 cell with this. But anyway, on this side, you can see I use those connectors that I demonstrated one of the other weeks on the Tools and Tips Tuesday, and I put a EC3 on there. So with that EC3, again, I can plug it into this charger, and I can charge a variety of connectors. And so I know when I grab this up, I've got connectors for whatever I wanted to charge. So anyway, there's that. There's the wall cable, or the AC cable for your charger. And let's see how this is coming along. We are at, let's see, we'll scroll through here. You probably can't see that from the camera. I'll have to give you a better look. Okay, it tells us that we're already up to 3.97 volts per cell, and it will give you a cell reading for each of your cells, which is very cool. This screen is like a black and white contrast. I don't know that you can change the contrast on or anything, but I found it really easy to read. It's kind of in the evening now, so it's easy to see, but the white and black contrast is very easy to see, so I do like that as a added functionality. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that. If you want to pick one of these up, I'll have a link in the video description. Again, I don't get any kickback, so if you want to purchase one of these from a different company, somewhere else, a local hobby shop besides Amazon, feel free to do so. If you don't need a charger, don't feel pressure to buy one. I'm just here to demonstrate some of the fun that I have in the RC, and these tools and tips videos are intended to help you find tools and little tricks and tips to make life a little easier in RC. So if there's something in here that you like, drop a comment. If you have an idea, maybe you have a tool or a tip that I haven't shown yet, and you found it pretty nifty and you want to share that with the RC community, drop it in the comments down there. Certainly welcome to do that. It's a great place to interact, and I like hearing from you guys in the RC community. So again, if you like these videos, hit the thumbs up button, drop a comment, make sure you subscribe, and share it with a friend. Thanks again for watching this episode of Tools and Tips Tuesday, and we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.